Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of our Tyranny Let's Review series. We've kind of hit a wall-ish. We're supposed to, hold on, let me double check our journal here. Stirring visions. So we're supposed to determine the significance of this rubbings. Enough of the symbol to see the completed image. Examine it to see what it looks like. So we've recovered enough of the image to see what it looks like. Now, why is it that, unless this isn't actually part of it, and I'm just like seeing things, a portion of this is charcoal imprint is rough and incomplete, leaving the full design industry for now. It looks accurate. What is this? No. It looks like it's enough, so let's go ahead and kind of do everything except for this one piece and see if that will actually give us access, I guess, to the top of the spire. Because that's the only other real thing that I can think of that is. Let's see. So it's this one. Crap. And this one. Check this. Right click for details. Can I exit that? Okay, there we go. Now we got a decent way to handle this. So let's go ahead and take that up here. And then, Jesus. Let's just control my character while we do this. Let's see. So this one goes there. And then this goes here, and then here to here, and then there to there, and there to there. So we've taken out this one link, so let's see if that works. No. Well, shite. Unless we're supposed to add. Well, no. Unless we have to add this as well. Let's try seeing if that'll work. So there, this to this. Then we do this to this. Make another triangle here. Okay, so then you want to do there, I guess. Oh, hold on. Maybe? Let's see if that works. No. No, it does not. Okay. Incomplete charcoal sunset spire rubbing.
Right.
I'm slightly confused then. I suppose, okay, so if this, we do have the upside down triangle, we were doing that. And that's a given. So we had the upside down triangle. We're using Lantry now for some reason. Sorry, Lantry, but you've been recruited for this. Okay. Should close this. Now, we gotta do this in there. That, and then that. Now, you know what? It looks like there's another piece right there, but it also looks like, it really does look like there's nothing right there on that one. So let's go ahead, try this again. It's weird because I can see the outline of what's there previously, but I can't quite, like, I can't put my finger on if that's the right pattern.
Right.
Let's just backtrack real quick. I'm sorry. I want to get this puzzle figured out. I don't understand what I'm missing. Like, we got both sketchings, or the etchings for... Unless... Is there something over here that I'm missing? No. Not quite. No. Let's see. Perhaps... You know what? Let's actually test.
On it.
Maybe... No, nothing on there. Does one of these have something for me? Possibly, not really. Floor stones look like they've been broken recently. I've searched both of those. And these don't really have anything. Apologize for my coughing. I'm not feeling particularly well today. Or I haven't been feeling well all week, really. So I have been coughing quite a bit. So it's like, unless it's supposed to be this sun pattern, but that wouldn't make sense. Hold on, let's have a look-see here. Can this pattern actually be... No, it doesn't really look like that pattern exists here. Okay, well, let's go ahead. Let me double check back in here then. Let me see. Unless, let's see, would there have been another, what in the world? Alright, stirring visions. After examining the rubbing, you found that it was only partial a symbol. You appear to have encumbered the enough of the symbol to see the completed image. Examine it to see what it looks like. Well, we did that. Investigate the spires. Hold on. Can I mess with this at all? No, not really. Do I have any other parchments here that I'm missing? No, it's the only thing that I got. What the heck? Unless... Oh, what am I missing here? I can't quite put my finger on it. I mean, I've done this. I did this. I mean, I could try both sides. Yeah, let's just do every... Okay, so this is what we'll do.
Yes.
Hold on, let me pull it back up. I don't know why I keep closing out of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and include this one right here. I believe it goes this way. I can't tell if it goes that way, so we'll go ahead and include it. Let's do that one and this one and that one. And then, you know what, let's just include that, see if it takes. Holy crap, it worked! Interesting. The grooves on the floor are inlaid with the dim and distant material. They appear in... Okay, cool! We figured it out. Awesome. So, apparently you have to... You do all of the... Even the really dim ones, too, or the ones that aren't all the way there. On the etching. So, interesting. Made it. The arcane lights courses skyward, trailing off toward the horizon in the direction of Vendrian's Well. You feel the ground ripped out from beneath you yet again as you drift back into the warmth of the energy surrounding you. Your awareness stretches beyond the limits of this spire, pulling in many directions at once. The light you saw arcing through the sky reminds you of the tether you feel to the top of Vendrian's Well. This too is a point of connection, and you are an inextricable part of it, bound as surely as the spires are to each other.
My armor feels lighter.
The sunset spire in Lethian's Crossing feels burdened by its age, as if a central linchpin somewhere in its core has weathered the centuries of oppressive weight and longs to topple. The surge of energy that courses through you, forming a link with Vendrian's Well, strengthens the very stones beneath your feet. The structural weaknesses you detect vanishes, replaced by confidence that could keep this tower standing for millennia. Lantry, and tell me where you're riding from. Lantry speaks aloud as he pens a missive, and how to reach you, and I will send you an iron ring for your troubles. He signs his name with a flourish and then tosses the parchment into the wind. In the blink of an eye, the heavy current carries the slip of parchment eastward. I had this idea of a message in a bottle without the bottle. Maybe it'll work. If I threw a dagger from up here, I wager it could split a man on the ground in half. Damn, but I want to try. From here, even the old walls seem paltry. This sovereign view was not intended for the likes of us. Barrick shakes his head slowly. The spire feels like a relay between you and Vendrian's Well, bridging some transference of energy on an enormous scale. You are the first link of a chain that stretches the length of the realm. As you struggle to understand this sensation, you grow aware of whispers all around you. Listen closer. The whispers themselves seem to travel down the tether between you and the spires, conducting heat that feels at times unbearable. They speak of your actions, your choices, everything that led you to this place. Your name is known, your banner is recognized, your deeds reported across the tiers in the Northern Empire alike. For an instant, you can see the accumulated hope and fear of these whispers represent. It appears like dewdrops settling on a leaf, then trickling into a shared basin. This image is fed to you through your connection, a base metaphor that only hints at the true scope. There's power in these spires, though its source unfamiliar. Were you to harness it, you suspect that nothing would stand beyond your reach. Unlocking the spire seems to have opened some deeper connection. I don't know what you've done, but standing near you warms my rusted plates, makes me feel lighter somehow. Curious, I'm noting something I also observed at the spire at Vendrian's Well. There's a mystic hum, and it has little beats when you walk, tiny fluctuations when you talk. Unless my senses are deceiving me, you and the spires are mystically attuned to each other. Most fascinating indeed. A quill pen appears in his hand, and the old sage begins furiously jotting notes on his arm. You look taller somehow, like you could command a dozen gangs without any challengers to knife you in the back. Your power has increased. You acquired the Sunset Spire. Cool. Ooh, and we can make some upgrades to this one too. Ooh. Interesting. So we can make upgrades to each of these. Each spire that we get, I guess there's 5 total. Yeah. There's 5 total, and you can kind of basically customize them. I wonder if all their customization options are different. I mean, this one, you can get a library. I like the library. Constructing a library on a spire allows you to research magical knowledge, edicts, and artifacts. Once built, resting in any spire grants you a bonus to lore and all magic skills. Cool. Built that. Some assembly required. Achievement unlocked. Interesting. You've acquired acquired a second spire, all spires are linked, allowing you to travel instantly between them. This will reduce your travel time through the tiers. You can upgrade spires you discover, building new structures on top of them. Each upgrade will provide you with a different benefit. Click on the spire icon or press H to select an upgrade for your new spire. Upgrades take time and money to build and money to maintain. If you no longer have the money to maintain an upgrade, it will be suspended and you will no longer receive its benefits until you are able to pay its maintenance cost. There are 5 resources you can find in Kairos' tiers that can be used to power upgrades in your spires. They are scrolls, iron ingots, bronze ingots, alchemy, supplies, and hide. Each upgrade uses different resources. So I kind of wish I would have known that before I actually did that. On the subject of spires, my dear Vasophanex, the court is all abuzz with the news of the Civil War. Representatives from the chorus and his favored are having little shouting matches in front of Tunon, and the petitioners to the court seem swept. What has me more intrigued is the other story out of Vendrian's Well. Tunon sends you on what I thought was going to be a one-way trip to the well, and not only do you live, you somehow claim the mountain spire. And you broke Kairos' edict too. Fatebinder Rolus. Okay, cool. Interesting. So, in order... Let's see, what is this? Some hide. Maintenance cost. Oh. Due in 5 days. Well, we don't have the copper rings to pay for that. So, that's nice. Well, interesting. Select a region to view information about its current edict. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. So we unlocked another spire. Awesome. And we kind of finished this Stirring Visions deal, so we can kind of move on. Yeah. So we can go ahead... Varian's Well, Seats of Power. Across the tiers, there are a number of spires that dot the horizon. The 2 you have claimed have proven to be valuable assets to the war effort in the tiers. Claiming the rest would help you widen your conquest. Okay, so this is just secondary objectives then. So, let's go ahead. I guess Into the Maelstrom is what we'll do next. We have to meet Graven Ash at Iron Hearth. And we do have 2 character upgrades as well as a result of completing this this mission. So let's go ahead and let's see. When Barrick is in the party, all party members gain bonus experience for athletics, one-handed and two-handed skills. You know what? We'll just go ahead and... Oh, wait. Do we already have that? Okay, so we already have that. Art of the Blade moderately increases single, one-handed, and two-handed melee weapon damage. Well, I guess we'll do that. And save it. And you, Lantry, what do you got for me? Place a preservation seal on an ally. If the ally's health falls below a limit, they're healed for a large amount of health, and the seal is destroyed. Grants a bonus arcane armor to magic defense. Kind of, let's see what we got. Rapidly attacks its target with a series of thrown strikes. Subtle throw while stealth. The Lantry receives a significant bonus to range damage. Let's actually do this quill throwing thing. He has plenty of healing abilities. Although I think I'll do Erase the Record next, or actually just Arcane Shield next for him so that I can level that up. Now, we do need to level up your lore skill. So which one is lore? Should be this one, wits. We will do that. I want his lore to at least 60. And you, I guess we can do the same to you. There's no reason not to. Interesting. Is it? If it isn't the Fatebinder, come, let us have a word. Greetings, Fatebinder. The sage bows low before you, the quills in his hood brushing the ground. Who are you, and how did you get into my spire? He takes a cautious step back. Garrus, I'm your scribe and researcher. I've heard great things about you, about this place. The library here is incredible. If you don't mind my saying so, he quails back with uncertainty and fear. When I heard about the library you were building, I just had to come. I watched the workers as they hauled the stone and scroll up here. There was an awful lot. They were very tired, so I did what little I could to assist. And then on the last day, as everyone was leaving, I just stayed behind. I don't remember hiring you. Why are you here? I take it you'll need someone to organize this collection of scrolls, someone to catalog new texts as you discover them, and someone organize research efforts. As your scribe, I can do all three. In fact, I'm excited to get started. I've already started looking through your collection, and he cuts himself off in size. To be honest, I need the work. The Vellum Citadel isn't exactly up to its old standards, and I'm afraid there aren't many safe places where a sage can find employee during the war. What can you research for me? Oh, any number of topics. Alchemy, magic, alchemy, the history of the world. You have an impressive collection, not as large as the Vellum Citadel, perhaps, but no sense in crying over burnt parchment. I've started compiling a list of possible research topics. Allow me to show you. Interesting. So we can have him research stuff for us. And it turns out all research requires crafting stuff. So artifacts, items, and magic. Conduct research to learn new magical accents, expression cores, research items, find item recipes for new items, schematics for new artifacts. Okay. Interesting. So we don't actually have any of the requirements there for any of that, but we should keep an eye out for all of that. Who are you? Spire worker. Spire worker. Okay, so there we just have workers. A small settlement resides on the banks of the large river. Interesting. So, let us get... We do have to go to Ironhearth here. So that is next on our list of areas that we do have to visit. Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and travel to Ironhearth. But I'm very glad that we got this taken care of. Now, I'm very concerned about the whole maintenance issue of it all. Like, we only have one hide. Like, I can't keep this place running with one hide and very little other resources. So let's go ahead and... Okay, so the more that we get, it'll automatically send me here, and then I can actually go to Ironhearth from there. Interesting. Okay, I like that. I like the fact that I can kind of bypass a lot by... Or I can get, like, shortcuts in time by doing this. So this is actually a big benefit, because I'm assuming time plays a key role in a lot of this game. I do definitely want to unlock more spires, though, so that is definitely going to be big on the list. Excuse me. Alright. We made it to... what was this area called again? Ironhearth. Alright. Let us go in and talk to the general here.
Sorry, I can't.
Do have to investigate.
Can't do that.
Kind of make sure that the Scarlet Chorus was in the wrong here. We could be deceived in thinking that the Scarlet Chorus is at fault here. Ironwalker, Akalos. Who are you? Greetings, Fatebinder, Akalos, 32nd Legion. Glad to see Tunon's agent, Grace Ironhearth. Ash's troops has no lack of order, but a servant of the court is always welcome. Between our missing commandeers and a Scarlet Chorus lieutenant pinned down, I'm afraid we have our hands full. I suppose I can spare a moment for conversation. Tell me about the Scarlet Chorus. Seems our troops have this little maggot of a Scarlet Chorus lieutenant cornered at a Kaido village. From what I'm hearing, it's the same guy who's been ransacking our caravans the past few weeks. If it wasn't already handling something for Ash, I'd go and skin the filth myself. You being here simplifies matters. Make sure this lieutenant doesn't leave the village with his life. I'll handle it. Good of you to pitch in. No one will mourn the loss of one more coarse rat. I have more questions before I go. Not a problem. What do you need? Where were you doing the conquest? Tell me about your home in the north. I really don't quite care, but just want to kind of exhaust his... Okay, let's see what we got here. So we got Broken Spear. Tell you what, let's actually go take care of that first. Fox Trick. Kind of you to stop and chat. I'm in a sticky situation and no one in my gang is alive or around to help me out. Stop wasting Fatebinder's time. He has better things to do than listen to some criminals mewling. I'll be the judge of that. Tell me your problem, soldier. Thanks for hearing me out. The disfavored aren't keen on conversation, otherwise I wouldn't be here. It's impossible to get a word in edgewise. She glares at her captor. The soldier caught me outside a breach in the old walls, that is. I wasn't inside, I hadn't stuck my toe through the threshold, and I wasn't dancing with any bane. I have a healthy relationship with self-preservation. Then why were you arrested? You were only hearing one side of the story, Fatebinder. Our scouts observed this wretch readying to enter old walls. Her account is flawed, her guilt witnessed by multiple trustworthy northerners. The soldier makes a point of standing extra straight when he addresses you. I'm sorry, is readying to enter the best you have? Because I could just as easily argue that you're readying to get knifed between your shoulder blades, but it doesn't count for shit until I see blood and bronze. I didn't go into the old walls, case closed. I need your mutual Before I adjudicate on this matter, I need your mutual cooperation. If you ask me, this prisoner has already been tried and sentenced, but if this little game will silence her caterwauling, then be my guest. I'll stand by your decision. It couldn't land me anywhere worse than this. Let's see. What were you doing outside of the old walls? My gang went inside as I tried to tell the disfavored clods 100 times over. I shouted myself raw, trying to get them back out, but the gang was having none of it. Our leader discovered the breach and got himself excited over the chance of finding treasure. Gus, stop it! Don't make me separate you two. Try as I might, I couldn't talk him out of it. Soldier, can you speak to this defense? I wasn't there, of course, but I'm familiar with the arrest record. There was no gang, just a lone opportunist out to make her fortune breaking Kairos' laws. The scout could tell just by looking at her that she was headed for the breach. She's a fiery one, put up quite a fight when they took her into custody. I have no reason to doubt the charges. So you had no interest in entering the old walls? Never. I grew up in the tiers even when we knew better than to go inside the old walls, if not because of Kairos, because the things lurking inside there were like to eat us. What was your gang doing in the old walls? Causing trouble, looting, no more or less than what gangs do. Our boss was obsessed with holding his position, which is healthy when you're in the Scarlet Chorus. When he came to the conclusion that the old walls might have some powerful artifacts, he resolved himself to find one at all costs. Funny to see a guy so wrapped up in survival trying to get himself killed. Typical behavior from someone who isn't confident in their leadership. Makes for a nice self-fulfilling prophecy when their own gang leader takes them down. Fox Trick. See, she understands. Any idea where your gang is now? I never saw them make it out of the old walls, so either they did or they didn't. My money's on the latter. If they made it out, they aren't wasting their breath trying to find me, so F them. I like the attitude. If I had a mind to recruit, she would be on my second or third. What's a favorable... no, I don't want to do that. Did your gang cause the breach of the old walls? What, are you kidding me? It would either take an incredible force or incredible magic to bash through the ancient barrier. We had neither at our disposal. Either one of Kairos' edicts or a local mage caused the breach. Whatever ruling you make, don't pin that on me. Foxtrix, I'd love to help you there, but the disfavor took everything I had. Pity I had a mountain of rings that I would have split. The young lady was captured with some rusted weapons and a pittance of rings. I would hardly call that a mountain. I'm ready to make my judgment. At the very least, the evidence really is insufficient to prove the charges. Wrath with the disfavored, favor with the Scarlet Horse, shrewd Fatebinder, very shrewd. I think you'll do just fine. Legal technicalities are my favorite kind. Go rejoin the war effort with a new gang recruit. Start your own if you have a mind to. That's an order. Yes, ma'am. If you were gathering a force, I'd kill my way into your good graces. Pity I have to settle for less. This goes against my orders and my reason, but I cannot argue with the ruling of Tunon the agent. I'll let you go, try and stay out of trouble. I'll stay out of the old walls, but that's all I can promise. Well, okay then. And you know what? We're getting to the 30-minute mark. If you haven't noticed, I've been trying to keep these episodes at around 30 minutes. Actually, let's see what this is. Our gang is building quite the little collection of spires, aren't we? The Voices of Narat was never one for keeping strongholds, but I can definitely see the appeal. Why doesn't the voice like strongholds? Because there's no point in standing still. The Voices prefers to keep his forces busy and on the move, with the only restful hours between dusk and dawn. What do you think about these spires? Besides, fighters in motion are less likely to rise up and challenge authority, safety in numbers. But once you get people hunkering down to discuss their problems, suddenly everyone has a reason to kill the closest gang boss. They're big, but make no mistake, a determined army could knock one down if they got enough shovels and picks together. Don't be so quick to assume that you're invincible.
What do you need?
All right, we'll talk again later. All right, Lantry, what do you got for me?
So your latest acquisition has me thinking about the spires some more. By all accounts, they go as far back as the old walls. Over the centuries, the nobles of the tiers have claimed the spires, but they've only ever battled over the land at the ground level of the monuments. I've never seen the glyphs of a spire light up in all my years. Not until you show up. If this were an isolated incident, I'd be confused. But it seems the spires, plural, are somehow connected to you. What's your secret?
Well, I've studied at Tunon's feet and proclaimed edicts, broken them too. I'm sure I've been exposed to all sorts of arcane powers. Alongside escapes Lantry, and he sticks his quill in his mouth, chewing on the tip. His head tilts from one side to the other, muttering incoherent half words. Out with it.
If I had the words for it, I'd share. I'm just not sure what to make of it. I'm realizing how much more there is to learn.
Let's get going. Oh, hey, there's something here for me. Ooh. Sigil of Life and Regenerating? Hold on, what? I know I was going to say I was going to end the episode, but I found a pretty interesting staff. And it has... Oh, hell yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you're taking this. Sorry, buddy. That is what we're using. Courage and Sigil of Life is what you're gonna use. Yeah, I like it. Now I'll heal passively. Thank Christ, that's a pretty good find. Okay, so on that note, we'll give this episode a solid 8. I'm really not enjoying having to review every episode because there's definitely some episodes where nothing really happens, but it was still fun and interesting. It's just, so I think we might wind up abandoning the whole reviewing every episode and we'll just review the whole thing at the end, kind of as a lump sum, because the reason why, first of all, it's a pain in the butt to keep track of all these scores offhand on an Excel spreadsheet, and secondly, like I said, each episode, sometimes things just don't really happen, and it's not as fun to... It's definitely easier and a lot more beneficial for me to do it that way. So I think that's what we're going to do, but if I had to rate this one, it would have been an 8 anyway. So starting in the next episode, we're just going to play the game to play the game, and then at the end when we're done, when the credits roll, we'll probably give it a final score. So, that being said, my name is Ophanex. Leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode, everybody. Later.